Good evening everyone, I am here with my first prediction video for a WWE pay-per-view. Coming up we have Clash in Paris. There are 6 matches for me to predict and I definitely have ideas around them. So the order I'm going to do this in is roughly what I expect the order of the matches on the night might be. I can't say for sure, but there's a degree of common sense. I don't think we're likely to get Sheamus versus Rusev as the main event. It would be very amusing if we did, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so let's go into it and I will give you my predictions. The first one I'm predicting is Roman Reigns up against Bronson Reed. Now, this is a match I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to be good for both of them, as I said in a previous video, and it's a continuation in a way of what we had at SummerSlam, but this time it is a one-on-one match rather than a tag team match. So we have the Tribal Chief against the Tribal Thief, as they're saying. Still don't like that idea. So, what do I expect from the match? I think it's going to be a good one. I have seen a bit of Bronson Reed in the ring lately. I think he's got a lot of talent, and this will be a good opportunity for him to showcase it. As for the result, I'm going to go with a win for Roman Reigns. It's hard to say for sure, but I think with Roman Reigns, one of their most popular and experienced, having lost at WrestleMania and only picking up the win at SummerSlam since then, I believe, I don't think they'll want to give him another loss. So I do expect him to take this one, but it is one of my closer predictions. It would be very good for Bronson Reed, I think, if he was able to win, having lost at SummerSlam. But either way, I'm hoping it's done in a way that does not make either man look weak. My next prediction is the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I had to look up what that was. This is between Sheamus and Rusev. Now, this is a rivalry I found myself quite invested in. It's not taken a huge amount to get it going, but it has been amusing every week with the way that they've just not been able to stop brawling and shouting, and that's what led to the general manager deciding to create this particular match. So we'll see what they do with it. I think it could be quite a good match, but when weapons are involved and no disqualifications, it can take away from some of the wrestling talent sometimes. But as far as the winner, I'm going to go with Rusev for this one. I don't have a huge amount of logical reason to explain why, but I believe with it being an Irish match, effectively, it will seem a little more surprising if Rusev is able to win it. I think I found they've done that before. I remember the Belfast brawl at WrestleMania 24, I think it was, between Finlay and JBL. JBL was the one who won that. I get the idea that the winner is often the wrestler who the match is not supposed to suit, but we will see. My next prediction is around the WWE Tag Team Championship match, and that is between the Wyatt Six and the Street Profits. Now, I'm a little surprised that the Street Profits are involved again. I have mentioned that before. Hopefully it's going to be a good match. I believe their in-ring work is very good, but I am going to give the predicted win to the Wyatt Six for a couple of reasons. I don't think the Street Profits are going to win it effectively straight back. I know we did have the match at SummerSlam, but speaking of that, I feel that if the Wyatt Six were going to lose it this quickly, they would have lost it then when there was a lot less chance of them winning. Personally, I think that things aren't done with Carmelo Hayes and The Miz yet, so I feel this is likely to be a match that gives the Wyatt Six another chance to look strong in the ring, retain the titles, and then is potentially Carmelo Hayes and The Miz, who they will face next time around. My next prediction, and it is the Women's Intercontinental title match, and this is between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. I personally think that they have brought Nikki Bella in as a way to try and make Becky Lynch look strong, so I am going to give the predicted win to her. I think by having her beat a Hall of Famer, she will maximise her ego and say, I've beat a Hall of Famer, I'm the best Intercontinental Champion of all time, which is possible. I mean, there's only been 2 winners of it, I think. But you understand what I'm saying. I think that they've brought Nikki in to get Becky over, and this is the best they could think of doing at the moment before they come up with a new challenger. I could be wrong. It would be interesting if they did give the championship to Nikki, but I don't think she's likely to return full-time as a champion unless she loses it straight back the following night. That sort of thing could happen, but I think it's most likely that Becky is going to win. Next prediction, and it's Logan Paul versus John Cena. I've not been hugely invested in this because I think it's just to give Cena some momentum on the way to his rivalry with Brock Lesnar, and at the most for Logan Paul, they will potentially do it in a way that makes him look strong by having him contend with one of the best over the last 20 years or so, as they see it. So this is going to be a John Cena win, I think. I don't think they would have him losing at SummerSlam, heading for a rivalry with Brock Lesnar on the back of 2 losses. I just don't see it happening. I think the only way that Logan Paul ends up winning this is if Brock Lesnar shows up and gets involved as a way of saying the rivalry's coming and I'm going to cost you a match to get you more up for it. What I expect to be the main event is the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Championship, and that is between champion Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight and Jey Uso. This is potentially my easiest prediction of the night. This is going to be a Rollins win. I just can't see anything else happening. I don't think they'd have given him the title recently for him to lose it almost straight away, especially off the back of a cash-in. The way he set up the cash-in, I just cannot see him losing it. And I've seen enough times the champion has been put in what's supposed to be a very difficult situation, and they've managed to overcome the odds and retain the championship. That, I'm pretty convinced, is what is going to happen during this match. How it's going to happen, I can't say. I don't know if Bron Breakker will get involved, possibly Bronson Reed. Who knows, but I think it's more likely that Rollins will steal a win at the end or win it cleanly because they need to give him some sort of momentum as champion. But I'll be very, very surprised if he does not retain the championship on this particular occasion. So those are my predictions. As you can see, I've gone with no title changes. That was confirmed a little bit further as far as I'm concerned by having Sami Zayn win the United States Championship. I have a feeling they've gone, we're not having any title changes this weekend, we better give Fran something, so here's a win for Sami Zayn to take the United States Championship. So I've gone with no title changes, and I personally feel it's a card that I found easier to predict than I potentially would have done in previous pay-per-views, whether I've made a video about it or not. But I can't say anything is for sure. None of us know anything for sure. Someone could get injured or something like that. So when I talk about what's happening, what's not happening, obviously it's clearly my opinion, but they are things that I personally think are very, very likely to happen. So thanks a lot for watching, and we have the show coming up in a couple of days. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you all are as well. If you have your own predictions or disagree with any of mine, I would love to hear from you, so please write them in the comments, and we'll see what happens when the pay-per-view comes. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see what happens in Paris.